Ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, it's showtime!
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. What's good, fam? Hey, listen, man, first off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. And if you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. We got some good fights coming up this weekend, man. Tonight on Freaky Friday, we got Devin the Dream Haney, man. He will be fighting Zor Abdullah for the interim WBC lightweight title. That fight's going down in New York City at Madison Square Garden. I believe it's in the theater, the small room there, man. The Zone will be broadcasting that show. I'm really looking forward to this fight, man. The kid from Russia, I believe he's from Russia, Abdullah. You know, we don't know a lot about him, you know, but, you know, since this fight's been announced, I've been able to go on YouTube and watch a few of his fights, man. And I can say that, you know, the kid can fight. You know what I'm saying? The kid can fight. He seems to have a lot of confidence coming into this fight. He referenced, you know, how Dmitry Pirog defeated Danny Jacobs, you know, which at the time was a very big upset. At the time, Danny Jacobs was everything on the East Coast, man, especially in New York City, man. Danny Jacobs had a, you know, bright future ahead of him, you know what I mean? And all that was interrupted by that knockout loss, man. And he's saying that, you know, Devin Haney is going to end up just like Danny Jacobs is. You know, there's a lot of hype surrounding Devin Haney, and everybody's sleeping on Abdullah, and he say he's going to be that guy to upset the apple cart. I'm really looking forward to this fight. I'm watching Devin Haney's. Oh, the kid's only 20 years old. I'm watching his progression, man, and I'm seeing him mature right in front of our eyes. You understand what I'm saying? I can see him sitting down more on his punches. He's like, you know, his last fight, you know, possibly, you know, was the knockout of the year, man. He knocked his opponent out in spectacular fashion. He looked it good in all aspects of the fight. Devin Haney is what I would call the full package. You understand what I'm saying? He has a little bit of everything. Well, a lot of everything, man. And, you know, the crazy thing about it, you know, as I just mentioned, the kid's only 20 years old. You know, he's still growing as a man. You know what I mean? He's still growing as a man. He's still learning as a boxer. And he's going to become a better athlete, man. He's going to become a better fighter. And, you know, that's scary. You know what I'm saying? That Devin Haney right now has all these skills, all this speed, you know, all this electrifying pizzazz that he has inside the ring. And to know that being 20 years old, that it's going to get better. You know what I mean? It's going to get better. I'm loving and appreciating watching this kid grow, watching this kid do his thing. And I don't think it's just all hype, man. I think Devin Haney will prove to be one of the best fighters in the world in the coming years. I see him doing big things, man. Now, with that said, he got a tough competitor in front of him tonight. You know, Abdullah is not going to lay down for him. Abdullah is hungry. I watched the weigh-in. You can see that he is in just much good a shape as Devin. You know what I'm saying? He seems determined. You know, ain't no jokey joke, ain't no laughing and giggling. You know, he's stone-faced. He looks ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking for a hard fight coming up tonight, man. This will be, I think, the biggest test of Devin Haney's career thus far. But I do think Devin Haney will be able to pull it off, man. I'm rooting for him to pull it off, man, because I do think Devin Haney is good for the sport. I do think Devin Haney can bring a lot of eyeballs to the sport of boxing, man. I think this kid has it, you know. So I'm looking forward to that night. I mean, looking forward to this fight tonight. I'm also looking forward to the Michael Hunter and Sergey Kuzmin fight. You know, Michael Hunter is a very good boxer, man. He's a very good boxer. I think he got a, you know, promising career. We want to see if heavyweight is the division for him. You know, he's going up against Kuzman, who is, you know, said to be a hard puncher. I watched Kuzman live up front in direct. I was in press row when he fought Joey DeWelko in a fight that I thought was extremely close, extremely competitive, and could have went either way, in my opinion, man. The scores were pretty wide in favor of Kuzman, but I thought Joey DeWelko, I thought he made a good showing of himself, man. And I thought, you know, Kuzman, he didn't impress me. You know, he did not impress me at all. He's undefeated, but I do have Michael Hunter outboxing him. You know, I do have Michael Hunter outboxing him. Kuzman can punch. He punches hard, but he's not a one-punch knockout artist. You know what I mean? He punches hard. If you let him hit you square a couple times, you may be going 9-9. But I'm looking forward to that matchup, man. That's going to be on DAZN. But the fight that's really interesting to me is a fight that's going to happen on DAZN Saturday night, man. And that's the fight between Ryan Garcia and Avery Sparrow. You know, Ryan Garcia, there's a lot of hype surrounding Ryan Garcia, man. He has a large social media following. You know, the young kids, the young girls, they love Ryan Garcia, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's 18-0, I believe, with 16 knockouts, something like that. Something like that. His record is somewhere around there, man. We know that Ryan Garcia has power. He is now working with Canelo Alvarez, his trainer, Eddie Reynoso, and you know, I think this will be his third fight with Reynoso. And I can see the improvements, man. I can see the improvements in Garcia's game. And now this being the third camp with the Reynosos, I believe, you know, this may be the best Ryan Garcia that we've seen thus far, man. Ryan Garcia has a bad habit of pulling straight back when he is trying to get out of range. I believe that, you know, working with Reynoso may be able to fix that problem. He's just a little too upright, in my opinion. You know, he leaves his chin in the air a lot, and you know, if he wants to be an elite fighter, he has to fix that, because at this level, I think a more experienced, a more seasoned fighter will take advantage of that. Avery Sparrow is a tough customer. Avery Sparrow's a tough customer. I believe he's like 10-1. You know, 10-1. He only has 3 knockouts. That one loss was a disqualification back in about 2 or 3 years ago. I forget the kid's name. But you know, Avery Sparrow is from Philadelphia. He can fight. He has a lot of confidence, man. I was at the fight, the same card that Kuzman fought DeWelko on. Avery Sparrow fought Hank Lundy. It was in Philadelphia. It was a really, really good fight. And he only has 3 knockouts, but he was able to hurt Hank Lundy a few times. You know, he dropped him a few times. He was able to hurt him. Granted, Hank Lundy is, you know, a little older. He is on the downside of his career. But, you know, Avery Sparrow is going to bring it, man. This will be a true test for Ryan Garcia. You know, this will show us exactly if Ryan Garcia is going to be able to take that step, you know, to the next level. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you know, if he's able to go in there and dispatch of Avery Sparrow in the fashion that the hype and his record on paper suggests, then I think Ryan Garcia will be what many think he's going to be, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that fight. That's the fight that I really want to see of the weekend. You know, being that, you know, Ryan Garcia does have a lot of fanfare. Ryan Garcia does have a lot of hype surrounding him. You know, and I want to see if he can be what he's expected to be. You know, so you know that fight is real interesting to me. We also got Haney Munguia, who is the WBO super welterweight champion. I believe this will be his final fight at the weight. You know, he's fighting a Tolly. Tolly has 3 losses, 30 wins, 3 losses, something like that. But Tolly's a good fighter. Haney Munguia has been talking about it, you know, moving up for a while now. He's a big 154-pounder. You know, this will be his last fight at the weight. But Haney Munguia, to me, he ducked Jesse Vargas. He ducked Jesse Vargas flat out. You know, there's no getting around it. They were in heavy negotiations, and the negotiations fell through. Munguia's team said that they cannot fight Jesse Vargas because Munguia couldn't make the weight anymore, that he was vacating his title. A week later, they announced the fight with a Tolly at 154 pounds, man. So, you know, that just tells me that, you know, Golden Boy, the Munguia camp, did not have the confidence in Munguia to go up against Jesse Vargas. You know what I mean? He now has Eric Morales as his trainer in his corner, and we're gonna see if that can make a difference, man. You know, Munguia likes to, you know, he's a fighter who has power, who's a big guy, who likes to bounce around on his toes a little bit. From what I gather, Eric Morales is, you know, teaching him how to sit down a little bit more on his punches and not be, you know, so much on his toes, not using so much movement. Arguably, I believe Dennis Hogan, you know, beat Haney Munguia in Mexico. A lot of people believe that as well, but you know, he was in Mexico. He was he was on home turf, man, and I think a little home cooking was on that menu that night, man. But he has a chance to redeem himself. I believe he will want to have a good showing, being that a lot of people thought that he lost that matchup against Dennis Hogan. So I'm looking for, you know, Haney Munguia trying to make a statement Saturday night. So I'm looking for him to try to make a statement. Then he'll move up. I want to see who will get the opportunity to fight for that WBO strap once Munguia vacates. You know, if history tells us anything, that belt will likely remain on the top rank Golden Boy side. You know, especially with, you know, the news that PBC is not recognizing the WBO. Yeah, I'm looking for, you know, that belt to probably be on the top rank side. You know what I'm saying? Golden Boy side. But at 154, I'm not sure who they have that can fill that slot, can fill that void, man. But we'll see, man. We will see. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I just wanted to get on here and address the big fights that I'm interested in seeing, the big faces that I'm looking forward to watching, this weekend, you know, I'm happy, man. I'm happy, especially with Friday night fights. I like fights on Fridays. I like fights on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? I love fights, you know what I mean? But listen, man, please comment, like, and share this video. You can catch me on Instagram. You can catch me on Twitter at Big Faces Worldwide, all one word. But in the meantime and in between time, stay blessed and keep on supporting this sport that we love called boxing. Peace. I'll holla back.